Afternoon, viewers. I'm back, and I'm here to get shit done. By the way, do you notice here 1,078,000 population in our region? That means that since the beginning of this series of massively destructive freeway retrofits, we've somehow managed to increase the regional population, despite destroying huge numbers of apartment buildings and neighborhoods. Pretty cool, no? How those things work out. Just the accumulated momentum of the land, continually driving more people here no matter what we do to mess them up. Yeah, SimCity's not what they call a hard game. Unless you count the frustration caused by crashes and bugs and those sorts of things. That's another story though. Anyway, when Clearwater finally loads and lets us in, you'll immediately notice, perhaps, that I've done quite a bit of work building ramps on this freeway that I realigned last time. Yep, these ones are pretty derpy because I could not figure out how to get the starter keys to work properly. Yeah, I still don't have it either. Someday I'll get it. For now, we just have these stubs of concrete going through the other side of the intersection. Not the end of the world entirely. I suppose, you know what? I really don't like the look of that stuff. So I am going to quickly demolish the starter pieces. And I'm going to have to demolish that house too. Extend. Oh. Okay, this is an on-slope transition piece. So we're going to see if we can move that back one tile. I have my doubts that we'll be able to hook up that curve again, but we won't know until we try. You know what? Transitions, not prefabs. Alright. This might work, that stud. Huh. Actually, I think this curve is... Yeah. It's too tight. We're gonna have to do a little bit more rethinking than it looks like. There we go. That road was easy to fix. See if we can't get a couple of slightly longer lots right here. And it's pretty close to the city center, so I don't think it would look at all out of place to have some fancy grass right there. And of course, a tree in the middle of it. So let's drag this elevated highway to connect again. And now we can place these ramps. Just one tile further, that should hopefully be enough. back to the transitions. I realize I'm moving a bit slow. Or slower than I sometimes do, but don't worry, I'm moving purposefully. I don't intend to be making mistakes today. Okay. Yeah, that is more like what we want. And wow. Yes, I no longer need to build stubs here. Well, let me tell you why. I just found out today that the long-awaited patch for the NAM 31 was released last week. So, yeah, I was pretty happy to hear that. And now these MIS and Avenue T intersections finally work the way I want them to. You know, celebration, we should plant some ritzy looking palm trees alongside the freeway. That's a pretty uneven row, but yeah, we'll make it up to them by planting another one over there. And, well, palm trees aren't the only kind of tree people like around here. Hold on a minute. Oh. Yeah, that's not entirely what I wanted to do there. Let me fix this really quick. Yeah, I had a feeling that would turn out like that. The very corner of this tile, where this tile's corner touches this one, which is the ramps on top of it, so I can't raise this tile. Only lower it to the same height. Not the end of the world. It's just a great little slope covered in poplars. The Highway Commission, you better believe that they were protesting against this. They wanted to plant their usual spruces. But sometimes you just get overruled. Another thing I did, well, I forget whether I'd already built this all on camera, but these low density, heavily sloped neighborhoods are mostly complete as well. Yeah, I believe I did those trees on camera, so I probably did build them, where you all saw. But the main thing I did was build ramps beyond this one set that I did on camera. Actually, I might have, I forget what I did on and off camera, but I have this one full set of ramps, and I have another separated set right here, running on roads. And of course this is only a half set, so we only have 2.5 sets of ramps in the main area at Clearwater. But if you haven't noticed already, our population is only 22,000, which, even though it's a medium tile city, that puts it on par with some very small ones. So I don't feel too guilty about not having the biggest expressway around here, if you know what I mean. okay. So I guess I can pretty much only have it the way I had it. Yeah. This diagonal road, yeah, I fixed the intersection last time, used to be a through route for quite an area. I believe it also had a set of freeway ramps on it. Now it's just a couple steps. In fact, we might as well be nice and opt to put it out of its misery. Yep. This whole neighborhood has decreased quite a bit in its connectivity. Connecting this way. So now it's the kind of place where they just have streets. What direction does that shop face? That way? No good. Honestly, I sort of question the merits of having a commercial district right here. But it's already there, and I'm already demolished plenty. So we'll just leave it for now. I don't know why I just zoned that little area when I was planning something entirely different for it. There we go. That's just a little slopey area. Building low density residential and empty areas, because that's what has the highest profit margins for the developer. So we get to build it anywhere. I think I might want one apartment building there. Nope. And that's about it for that. Now to deal with the rest of the remnants of this road. Really does not need to be an avenue intersection for any reason whatsoever. So we will rejigger it like that. This will become commercial. These things that no longer align to anything in particular, we'll just have to say goodbye to. And damn, these streets need to be redragged. Didn't need to destroy that office building, but it was repetitive anyway. Quite repetitive. Yeah. seems like a pretty central intersection. Great place for some apartments, more shops. Along the back road, a few houses. Got a salmon. Looking good. I'm not entirely sure that I'm sure that I like how these roads right here look there. So I think we could probably get away with rejiggering this a bit. And transitioning the ends of the streets. And we are making some rapid progress in rethinking these neighborhoods. Over here, looks like some kind of condo buildings would be appropriate. And it's fairly flat ground, so I could literally more say demolishing homes in this important expansion region right next to downtown. Speaking of which, definitely use another apartment building right here for the sake of the more urban feel. Over here, see some very irregular industry. I don't think it'd be too outrageous to continue this area's industrial heritage. Oops. There we go. Hopefully something nice and meaty will build there. And let me make a quick cut so I can save. Alright, we've been moving kind of slow, but I still think it's entirely possible we can finish up with Clearwater in this episode. So I believe we've finished what we need to do as far as rebuilding roads and zones. So let's get on to the tree aspect of the job. With, I said spruce earlier, didn't I? The Highway Commission's favorite tree, of course, as you well know, is actually the birch. And they're going to build plenty of them around this steep change. Or plant plenty of them, but you don't really build trees there, do you? Yeah. Maybe even in between the ramps there'll be a number of them. Stretches all over the place. So you know what I'm going to build right here? Just more birches, you were right. And some more birches. Birch. Alright, we got that diagonal overpass birched up. Maybe we can move on to the birching of this area. There aren't going to be 2 deaths around there. Pretty much at the point, it seems, where we are ready to save one more time. Oh, I just did that on camera. Pretty low of me, considering everybody has to watch it. And before we zoom out, we'll place one more zone. Now we'll zoom out. Zoom out another step. No crash. Very. Oh, I built a new rail connection, didn't I? Well, for now, it's gonna stay a spur. Yeah. There isn't really much of anywhere for that rail to go, but well, I'm in the neighborhood, I might as well do something for it, right? Wow, that is some crazy terrain. The connection is functional. And I don't think anybody would mind too much for it to build that up there. And this down here. Now, build my trademark medium station. And I almost, maybe it'll work even though it's on top of the neighbor connection. Yeah, we're good. So it's just a 1-station spur here. Yep. That's exactly what I like to see. Anyway, enough dilly-dallying. Let's turn on the time and see how things adjust to the changes we have wrought. Slowly developing. Definitely emphasis on the slowly, but that's how SimCity just works. Let's see if people use these ramps. Nobody there. Nobody there. Some people are leaving the city. It's pretty much all it's for though. Yep. People also use this rapid change, but mostly only people who come from other cities. Or freight trucks who are getting on the highway. Well, there are a couple commuters that come from our city and travel abroad. Yep. Nobody's really using our TLA 5 here. It's kind of funny. People at least use the stag in the overpass. Not a soul. Well, gotta tell you, this is sort of intensely disappointing. Built all this infrastructure and nobody even uses it. The city's just too small and insignificant, I guess. They have much traffic on the roads. These people use those intersections, overpasses. Well, it's probably only because they're the only ones in and out of that neighborhood. Aside from this rampant church that people also use a little bit. People travel on there, but only to leave the city. It seems to be a theme. Expressways. Well, see if we can't get a bit more of this industry to develop. Definitely got the demand. Yep. Yeah. Well, I don't think too much more is going to happen if we just keep the time rolling, so might as well cut this episode short here. It's been a pretty productive one. Glad to finally be done with this city. I feel like we are really on a home stretch as far as finishing the project. That sound effect was loud. We're really on a home stretch, I was saying, as far as finishing the Project Symphony upgrades that have been consuming this LP for quite a while. So, without further ado, I guess I'll leave you guys. Next time, it's on to a small city tile called Point Harrowing, where we'll continue the freeway. Yep. So, see you then.